Hello and welcome to Thursday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic, where, I'm not doing the puzzle on the screen, which was yesterday's incredible puzzle by Mixo called Winkelmesser. You can see that's a normal thermo Sudoku, normal being the sort of adjective I applied to it then, which is totally not justifiable. It's an extraordinary puzzle. No, the puzzle I'm going to be doing today is one I've been sent the link for by Mark, so I'm opening it live on screen, which I haven't done for a while. Normally this means we're going to get a grid with nothing in it, or there's going to be something very strange to see. So let me just paste this in and we can see what puzzle I'm going to be doing together, and it is Productivity Killer BYOK Plus by SeveNateNine. SeveNateNine, I know who SeveNateNine is now. SeveNateNine did this amazing puzzle that I solved with Dominic last month, one of our viewers. It was sort of a yin-yang puzzle. Let's see what the rules are of this one. So normal Sudoku rules apply. Cages. Hang on, should we look at the grid? I'm just in... Oh, no, it's not blank. Oh, okay, circles and squares. So what have we got? We've got cages. A cage is a set of orthogonally connected cells which do not contain repeated digits. Cages may not overlap each other. We haven't got any cages in the grid. The sum of digits in a given cage is equal to the product of all individual side lengths of that cage. What? The sum of the digits in a cage is equal to the product of all individual side lengths of that cage. NB, this does not necessarily equal the area of that cage. Right, so what does that mean? Oh, there's more rules, by the way. I can see I've got to scroll. So if we had a cage that looked like that, that would have side lengths of 3, 2, 3, 2. So I multiply those, so 36. 36. Now what happens if I change it? What happens if I do that one instead? 2, 3, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So by adding a cell onto the cage, this is impossible. Because 2 times 3 times 2, I think, is what this becomes. And that's 12. And I can't make 7 different numbers add up to 12. This is a weird rule. This is a weird rule. I'm just going to carry on reading the rules before I get too much into the weeds. Circles, squares. Circles appear in cages and count the total number of cells in that cage. Squares indicate that a cell is not in any cage. All possible circles and squares are given. That is a truly original rule set. And I'm absolutely intrigued by the fact I got 36 and then yeah, so if I put the extra cell there instead, it's really weird. The extra sort of nodule that you put on the edge, you lose a times 2 there. Here it's 4 times 2 times 3, isn't it? Is where we'd end up. Which is 24, which is also impossible for 7. It's going to be funny if 7 is the crucial number in this puzzle. But this is a bizarre and very interesting rule. I'm looking forward to trying this. What does the BYOK plus mean? Oh, build your own killer. That's what that will be. Build your own killer by SeveNateNine. Anyway, got no idea how hard this is. All I can tell you is I am intrigued by it. Now, before we kick off today, though, I would like to tell you to spend a moment or two telling you about yesterday evening when Mark and I were invited to the Royal Society in London to go and see Brady Haran of Numberphile fame and computer file and objectivity and various other things, to see Brady be presented with the Zeeman Medal, which is a medal given for sort of outstanding communication in the world of maths, and it was just a wonderful evening. Brady had to give a speech, which he did on sort of unusual mathematical objects. And what a place to give it. He was helped by the archivists of the Royal Society. So he had some incredible objects. There was this ledger, which has been signed by every single member of the Royal Society. So, you know, you're thinking people like Charles Darwin, Isaac Newton, you can imagine. Einstein should have signed it, but he was elected to the Royal Society, but unfortunately never made it to London to sign the ledger before he died. Anyway, Brady is just a natural communicator. It just a really gave an incredible acceptance. This speech was fantastic. I've actually got I got a video of him receiving the medal. I thought you might like to see it, so I will just play it quickly. I hope the volume's not too loud.
Congratulate you on a fabulous lecture and such a wonderful career. Congratulations.
And I have to tell you this. So one of the things that the Royal Society doesn't have in its collection of sort of mathematical memorabilia is a Fields medal. And Brady was sort of able to say, but one of my friends is James Maynard. And James, are you in the audience? And have you bought your Fields medal? And James is here. He's sitting just in front of me. And James had brought his Fields medal on the train. So we were able to look at that as well. They had... now, I'm not sure about the pronunciation of this, but Newton's... Is it Principia? Or Principia? Or Principia? I'm not sure. I'm not sure how Newton would have pronounced it. But anyway, obviously it's one of the most... the Principia Mathematica is probably it must be the most famous book ever in mathematics, maybe one of the most famous books in the world. They had the original pre-print handwritten version, partly written by Newton, partly written by Newton's scribe. It was there, we could see it. It was just magnificent. It was just such a thrill of an evening. I might have another picture for you. All my windows have moved around today. I don't know why this happens. But you can. These are some of the mathematical objects here. Can I increase the size? Yes, I can. Look. So this is James with his medal. That's another James Grime, who many of you may be familiar with from Numberphile. There were a lot of folk there who have been in Numberphile videos, and we met Brady's wife, Kylie Pentelow, who, if you're in the UK, you may have listened to Woman's Hour on Radio 4 this morning, which she presented. So it's like an unbelievably gifted family. Just trying to think who else was there that I met. I didn't meet, but Martin Polyakov was there. I did meet the most unassuming man called Alex. And I realised afterwards, after I'd spoken to him, it's Alex James, the bass player from Blur. I am such an absolute numpty. Yeah, just a charming guy. And I was thinking I might reach out to him and see if he ever fancied making a Sudoku video, try and solve a puzzle with me, because that would be a total thrill. sort of, I am a big fan of the Britpop era, so I must try and do that. Anyway, I'm going on. I just wanted to share some of last night with you. I hope you'll forgive me for that. But it was a great thrill for, I think, both of us. But I mean, certainly for myself, it was a thrill to be there. We even met some people who watched Cracking the Cryptic, which was rather charming. Now, anything else to mention? I have no birthdays to do today. I was looking at the birthdays that I've got to do over the next few days. I've got loads of birthdays to do, but for some reason, today, no birthdays. Don't know why. Over on Patreon, we've got Blobs' Sudoku Hunt running. That's our monthly competition. Do check it out. But I think really what I should do is try and solve SeveNateNine's puzzle. I've done the rules. Do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual. But now, I get to play Let's Get Cracking. Now, okay, I'm going to have to, I think, do some thinking about, yeah, okay, so you can have a region of size 1, can't you? Because if that was a region, all its sides are size 1, so you can have a size 1. You can put 1 in a circle. It is possible to do that. Right. Okay. Here's an interesting. Oh, I see. I've got a digit. I have got a digit in this puzzle. I think I have got a digit. Yes, I think I can write that digit in. Because I went from 1 to 2 in my brain, and I was thinking about 2. If you put 2 into a circle, obviously there is no latitude on the shape of a 2-sized I was going to call it a domino. A 2 domino is always of this dimension, isn't it? It's always that shape. And that looks to me like it's the product of its sides is 4. 2 times 2 times 1 times 1. So if I was to have, let's actually do it with an so if I do that and I put 2 in there, what do I put in here? I've got to put another 2 in. And that's definitely breaking the world of Sudoku. So in this box, which seems to be very populated with circles, if I was to put a 2 in any circle, it would break the puzzle. So that's a 2. Oh, whoops. Whoa, mouse is going crazy. That's a 2. That's a 2. So that has to join up with another circle. All of these. Oh, I see. Yeah, okay. So I should use the pen tool. Because what I've just realised is that, yeah, you can't put 2 circles in the same cage. Because if we do that, both circles would contain the same number, which would be the size of the cage, and that would repeat in the cage, which is not allowed. One of the rules is that there are no overlapping digits in cages. So what we should do is sort of draw boundaries, I think, between the circles here. Right, and so that tells us this is a 1, I think. Because if this was not 1, it clearly can't be 2. 2 is never circled. If it was 3, it would bump into another circle. So that has to be 1. And that has to be, that's 2 digits I've got. Okay, so we're okay. Now I'm going to give that a colour because it will please me to do so. Now the 2 is joining one of 3 circles. Ah, yeah, okay. And look at these 2. These have got to be at least 3, haven't they? So we can, oh goodness, so we can start to grow them. That's got to grow that way. This has got to grow that way. Yeah, every... Yeah, okay, sorry, I've got something else. Every circle in box 4 is now at least 3. Now, for many of the circles, they could take the 2, couldn't they? So if that one goes that way or this one goes that way, they could take the 2. But they still have to take one more cell at least. So we can extend all of these, I think. Oh, shouldn't you put yellow there? Let's put... Oh, blue. I can put blue there. So this has got to come out. This has got to come out. Now I use black. Oh, maybe red. I haven't used red yet. Now this, what did it say about squares? So squares are not in anything. So all of the squares, can I double click? I can double click them. All of the squares are sort of banned. We can't go in them. So this one isn't going there. This one has to come out sideways. Make that. Actually, I'll make it lime green. It's a little bit more distinct. And then we'll make this one indigo. But that one, we can't see which way it goes because we haven't got the equivalent of this sort of barricading this one in. So it could go either way, or indeed both ways. Okay, and we can extend our lines. Okay. And presumably now we're just going to have to think about some of these shapes, are we? So if you put 3, let's experiment with this. If we put 3 into a circle, there are two possible geometries, aren't there? There's a curling 3, which doesn't work. This is a really weird rule. I love this. If this is a 3 and it bends, it's got a size 2 there, a size 2 there, and all the rest of the sides are of length 1. So these 3 digits would have to add together to give 4, 2 times 2. And that's impossible. 3 different numbers are adding up to at least 6 if they're 1, 2 and 3. So I don't think you can do that. So the alternative would be a 3 like that. Now, that's going to be 3 times 3 times 1 times 1, 9. So these 2 digits have to add up to 6. Well, that's very interesting. No jokes about me. Okay. No jokes about me at parties. I did sort of go to a party last night, and I was my usual socially useless self. But anyway, look, this one, that can't be a 3. Because we've just worked out a 3 has to be a straight line, and these 2 would have to add up to 6 without using 1, 2 or 3. It's just not going to work. So that is not a 3. Oh, I was about to say the 3's down there because I was thinking this 3 was real, but that might not be a 3. So the 3 is in one of those 6 cells. Now that's appalling. I'm not doing that. If the 3 was here, this would be a 2, 4. If the 3 was there, this would be a 1, 5. If the 3 was there, all bets are off. We wouldn't know anything about that domino. If the 3 was there, we wouldn't know. If the 3 was there, it would just be the mirror of this one. Okay, so we don't know. Okay, let's think about 4. So 4, well 4 could be something like that, presumably. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, 16. 16, so these 3 digits would add up to 12. That seems very, well, that could be there, couldn't it? But there are other 4 shapes possible. What about the sort of I tetromino? That's 16 as well, because that's 4 times 4 now. Actually, there are loads of 4s, aren't there? Because it's tetra shapes. That one doesn't work. because that would be 3 times a whole series of 1s, and that's going to be too small. What about an L? 3 times, oh, that might work. 3 times 2 times 2. 12. So these 3 would add up to 8 without using 4. They'd have to be 1, 2, 5. Okay, so it's already getting very difficult, this, actually. Because now for 4, we've discovered at least... Oh, there's another 4. Because there's that shape as well, isn't there? 2 times... Ah, no, okay, that one doesn't work. 2 times 2 is too small. These are going to add up to at least 10, because there's 4 different digits. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 being the triangular number. Well, 10 is therefore the sum of those digits, which is the triangular number for 4. So, so that doesn't... Okay, so if we do have a 4, and we're going to have a 4 in a circle somewhere here, it's either that, or that. And 2 of those have the same sum, one of them has a smaller sum. But this is going to get horrible, isn't it? Because, I mean, I'm already thinking if you go 5, there are how many different... Is it 12 different pentominoes? And then I don't know how many types of sort of hexominoes there are, but I'm guessing it's a lot. And by the time you get to 9, that's going to be a ludicrous number of things. Hang on a moment then. So what am I meant to do with this? Right. Okay, so I think what we've got to do is not do what I thought we had to do. I thought I was going to be able to go through the various sizes of shapes and find that they were restricted. I no longer believe that. So I suspect what we have to do is return here and think about... Well, here is a thought I have had. I don't know if this is right, but I'm going to think about it more. I don't think both of those numbers can be enormous. Because wouldn't they both take that cell if they were both... Like if these were 5 and 6 or something like that. This one, it can't bump into that, so it would go and it takes this square. And the moment it takes this square, the blue region could take that one. But it can't, it can only, if that square's taken by orange, blue is a 3. It just is, that's all it can be. And if this square is not taken by orange... Well, the only way that this square is not taken by orange is if orange is a 3. So then this would be at least a 4, and it would take this square. So this square is orange or blue. That must mean this... that is orange. That's orange. Cool, because we can't... Orange has been trapped in by the blue. I could have got that before, I just didn't see it. So this one... This one is a new colour. And it's not... Well, it's at least a 3. Because it sees 1. 2 can't go in a circle. So it could be a 3. So, but it's going at least to here. So we need to put in this... Let's make that... What should we make it? Purple. We're reusing this one. So this one, if it's a big number, has to go there. And then it's going to trap in blue and orange. Oh, that's quite interesting. If that number is not a 3, i.e. if it takes this square, if we make that square purple, look at those squares. That's the maximum area that orange and blue can occupy. That's a 7-cell area. And these digits cannot be less than 3 and 4 by Sudoku, so they would be 3 and 4 if that is not a 3. Now, if that is a 3, then that is at least a 4. So if that's a 3, that's a 3. Oh, this might break. I can't quite see it, but I can see that if this is a 3, this is a 3 because the orange traps it in. So it has to take those. So this would be a 4, and this is a 3. These have to add up to 6. So these would be 1, 5. So 3, 1, 5 with a 4 here. Is that broken? Don't know, actually. I'm not sure. Oh, this... Okay, by symmetry, this has got trapped in, so it has to go down. Thing is, there's much more real estate down here. So even if this does curl round, you can see red can sort of bend as well, and then indigo can come this way. Let me just revisit the rules. Have I missed a rule? That's always very possible. I understand the first bit of the rules, I think. What's this thing about it doesn't necessarily equal the area of that cage? Well, it hardly ever would it? I suppose it would if it was a size 1 region. But even a size 2 region, it's got 2 cells in. Its area is 2, but its product of its sides is 4. If you have that, it's got 6 in. 6 is the area, but 36 is the product. Yeah, okay. Circles appear in cage. They count. I understand the circles. Squares indicate that a cell is not in a cage. All possible circles and squares are given. Right. Okay. So what that's telling us is that the circles that we're given in the puzzle have to occupy all of the space in the puzzle, because otherwise you could just write SeveNateNine would have had to have given more squares. I.e., if there are cells in this puzzle that are not in cages, they must have squares in them. That's the rule. So actually, how many squares have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9. So 72. We've got to fill 72 cells with the circles, and obviously that's just because we've got 9 times 9, 81 cells in Sudoku. So 72, how many circles have we got? 4, 5, 6, 7, 50, is it 15? 8 there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah, 15. Oh, that's horrible. So that's like that's very average, isn't it? 15 times 5 is 75, which is very close to 72. So it's not like... Although, actually, hang on. We can calculate exactly what this is using the secret, can't we? A secret is something I share with only my very favourite people. If you're watching this video, of course you're one of my favourite people. So I will share the secret with you. Now, the secret of Sudoku is that all of the different Sudoku numbers, the numbers 1 to 9, sum to 45. So, these 8 circles here sum to 43, because we've got 45 for the whole box, less the 2 that's not circled. So 43 of the 72 cells are covered by shapes that emerge from box 4, and then 29 is going to be the sum of these 7. It's still not much better. It's still not much better. No, okay, here's another point. No black square. Yeah, that is right. No black square can be a 1. Because if it was a 1, well, I think that's right. I'm not actually sure. All possible circles are given. So if a 1, if there was a cell, so imagine you started to build cages in the grid, and then you found that there was a cell that wasn't caged yet that contained a 1. You could just circle it. Yeah, you would just circle it. So a square is not a 1. That's hopeless. It does nothing, does it? It nearly does something here. If that couldn't be a 1. No, it does. That doesn't do anything. Okay. If you had a 2, no, you could absolutely have a 2 in a square, because 2s can never be circled. Right, okay, so I haven't really... I'm sorry, I think I've just spent 5 minutes going around the houses there for no particular gain. I was just thinking about the 9 shape, and thinking, could the 9 be a 3 by 3 by 3 box? Because there's got to be a circled 9 here. And it can't, can it? Because that would actually multiply to 81. 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. Yeah, okay. So the 9 shape does have a quality that is distinct. Yeah, okay. Here's a thought. Think about the 5 shape that's got to come in this box. One problem with the 5 shape is that we don't know what the numbers in the 5 shape sum to, because it's going to depend on the dimensions of the cage. Now, with the 9 shape, we do know what the sum is, because we know that the 9 shape will sum to 45 by the secret. So that means that the 9 shape that we're going to draw has to have side lengths that are factors of 45. Right, so the 9 shape has to have a 5. It has to have a 5. Because, I mean, 5 is a prime factor. And we can't have a side length of 10 in a shape that is only of size 9. So that, right, this is interesting. So the 9 shape I'm just going to draw it here. The 9 shape will have to have something like that. Oh, I think am I getting a cold or something? I feel like my nose is... Sorry, I'm going to sniff. The 9 shape... So then, okay. So the 9 shape will have a side length of 5, and then somehow, well, it can't then have... It can't be 5 times 9. We're not playing blueprints now, can it? We can't do a 5 by 9 rectangle with only 9 cells to play with. So what we're going to have, the only way I think you can make a 9 shape is with a 5 as this sort of the bedrock of it, if you like. And then we're going to have 2, 3... Yeah, we're going to have... So imagine this was the 5. Well, I'm saying that is the 5. But obviously there are 2 length 5 shapes within that 5. That's not going to happen. What we need to do is to disturb one of the length 5 shapes and convert it somehow into 2 length 3 shapes. In order, because 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 5 is 45. So we've got 4 cells to add to this shape. The thing is, it's more complicated than I'd realised, isn't it? Because you could... It's true to say that there is a length 5 in here, but I've just realised, could you have a... Whoopsie. Could you actually have a length 6 stem and then have a 3 coming off it? Because now this is length... Oh no, but then you've got length 6 there. No, okay. I think I'm right. I think you have to have a length 5. I've got 4 more cells to add on. Yeah, so if I did those 3... I don't think that works. I'm trying to see. I know I've only got 8 cells. I'm trying to see where I'm going to add one on that's going to in any way work here, because I've got 5 down here, which is great, but I've got 4 here, which is terrible, and I've got 4 there, which is terrible, and 1 cell to work with. That cannot work, because I need to disturb both of those 4 simultaneously, because 4 is not a factor that we're after here. So, yeah, that's wrong. Okay, we don't do that. But I do... You see, that looks quite good, doesn't it? But that's got too many 3s. Because now I've got a 3 there, a 3 there, a 3 there. So I have to get rid of one of those. Oh, I could do that. Oh, I could actually do that as well. Ah, or I could do that. Okay, that's three different shapes I've now got that I think work. So the point I'm seeing there is that if I have the 5 stem and then I put 3 off it in order to create some 3 lengths, you can see that if I do it in this pattern, I'm able to have 1, 2, 3 lengths, which is 1 too many. So I've got 1 spare block. So I need to use my 1 spare block to disturb one of those 3 lengths without creating any new lengths. Now I saw I could do it like that, because that's rather cute. It gets rid of this 3 length and converts it into 3 length ones, which is fine. But then I realised I could do that, and that's exactly the same. It leaves that 3 length intact, this 3 length intact, and it disturbs this one and creates lots of 1 lengths. But then you could do exactly the same here. So there are at least three ways we've found it. Now what about this? I don't like that. The reason I don't like that is now I've created 2 lengths, and I can get rid of one of them with my extra block, but I can't get rid of both, so that can't be right. So the question is going to be, is there anything more exotic than that basic shape, that plus a nodule? So we know you've got to have a 5. And I've got 3 more blocks to place, and I've got to create 2 length 3 shapes. I don't think you can. I'm not sure, but I don't think you can, because I've got 4 blocks to place, and I've got this length 5. So if we say that that's the 5 side I'm going to retain, I've got to play around with this 5 side with my other 4 blocks to create 2 length 3 shapes. Now if I start doing, so say I did that, just to start off, that's given me 1 length 3 shape with 3 blocks left. Where else could I build out to create, without disturbing this side? You know, you can't do this. That's not going to work. That's creating a 4 side, a 2 side. No, I'm not having it. Okay, so I think we have now, well, we've now got 3 possible length 9 regions. Not length 9, but 3 possible ways of constructing a 9, and we know one of these is a 9. And they all have a basic 5 spine, and they all have a sort of sail or a mast coming out of them. But then the sail that comes off the mast, the boat that we create, has lots of different possibilities. It could be this boat, or this boat. So this is not a 9. That's no way that's a 9. You can't put that shape we've just drawn in. That can't be a 9. Oh. No, it can't. I was thinking it could take this one, but it still can't. It still can't be 9. It's not the right shape. Now this one. This one could be. Yeah, this one could be. Because, although it can't have a 5 spine like that, it could have that. Ooh, yes. Okay, and now we'd have to add one thingy, one nodule on to make this work. So that could be that nodule. It can't be this nodule, interestingly. It could be that nodule. Then this could be the 3, perhaps. That would trap in an area here, wouldn't it? The size of that trapped in area is what? Well, we don't know is the answer, because we don't know where the nodule would be. Golly gosh, this is very difficult, isn't it? Maybe we'll come back to this, because maybe we can rule out the others from being possible. What about this one? The thing is, that one looks really possible as well. Oh, hang on. So, where's the we have to decide with this one where the 5 stem is. So if it's a 4 there, and then the 5 could be there. Oh no, that wouldn't work. That wouldn't work actually. Because let me just show you why. If we were having the 5 stem here, this cell would be broken, wouldn't it? That couldn't get to a circle, and it's not a square, so it would break the rules. But unfortunately, I think we could do that, and maybe actually that might not work. Because these are at least 3, 4, 5, aren't they? Oh, that would work. No, that would work. Oh no, would it? No, with this one it might not work. Gosh, it's getting complicated. Because if these are a minimum of 3, 4, 5, which is 12, there's 8 cells to fill there. And yes, that wouldn't work actually. That can't work. Because this is at least a 1. Plus 3, 4, 5 is 13, so there should be 13 white cells there, and I think there are only 12. Goodness me, right, so that doesn't work, but unfortunately, oh no, that doesn't work either. Ah, this is interesting. I might be able to rule out this. Okay, I'm just going to go through this again. If this is the 4 stem, the 5 stem can't be there because this mast is not in the right place. So it would have to be here, trapping in this. That's wrong. Now if this is the 5 stem, the 4 stem can't go into this, and if it goes down, this cell is a problem again, and if it goes here, you get too small an area on the left. So this is not the 9. So this is not only not 3, it's also not 9. Now, what about that one? Trying to go through the ones that I can see. That can't be the 9. There's no such thing as that, is there? Now, what about this? That doesn't look right either. No, that's just impossible. There is no way of making that work. What about this? This one would have to be... Would it have to be that? Oh golly, that could work, I think. That could work up or down. Or, oh no, maybe that as well. Oh, good grief. Right. These two, I think. One of those is the 9. But that's really, really annoying. I don't know how to do that. Because I think this one has about 8 different ways of working. And this one has... Well, we found at least one way it worked, didn't we? What was it? Was it that way? But then the nodule could be in all sorts of places. Oh, I wonder. Ah, I've had an idea. I'm thinking about, okay, my idea was this. I was noticing that these cells here, when we did the 3, 4, 5 calculation, it was quite close to failing, wasn't it? Now, if there had to be a 3 in there, these ones would all get bigger still. And that might put pressure on the various shapes we could draw here and things like that. We might be able to get rid of this one. Now, is that possible though? Is it necessarily true? Because we've worked out. Yeah, in fact it's obviously true, I think. How could if one of these is not 3, if these are 4, 5, that's the minimum they could then be. That's 9. How would we do that? This one would take this square, and that one would have to be a 3. It's not possible. One of these is definitely 3. So if this was 3, well then obviously it's 3. If that's 4, it cuts this off, so that's 3. Yeah, so one of these is definitely 3. I don't think I know which one, but one of them definitely is 3. Right, let's go back here then. So if we were saying that this somehow went across like this, oh no, I've trapped in less now. Oh no, sorry. Oh, bobbins. This is now 4, 5 only. There's no restriction. Sorry. That's useless. Okay, I think if I'd seen this earlier I could have ruled this one out more quickly. But we did rule this one out in the end, didn't we? And this one we never got to the bottom of, but I think it had lots of options. If that's in, if this is the 9, this would have to be the 4 stem, wouldn't it? Yeah, so that would have to be the 5 stem. But then, what? Yeah, we didn't know where the nodule went. Although now this is 4, 5, 6, 7 at least, which is 22, plus at least one there, 23. Oh, but we could take this square as well. Oh, this is so complicated. All right, let's work out how much space have we actually got here in this part of the grid. So I want to count those cells. Right, so we've got 14, 18, 21. That would be a very good number. That would be a very good number. 10, 14, 18, 21. The reason that's a good number is it's impossible. What do I mean? Well, I mean that even if I don't put the nodule here and put it here, I've still got a maximum of 21 of space here, but these digits have to add up to at least 22. Well, when I say those digits, well, plus that one, I suppose, is 23 even. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1 is 23. So, maybe this isn't the 9. I'm hesitant because I mean, if this is right or wrong, but it's for the wrong or if it's for the wrong reason, it would be bad. If this is the 9, it has to be. Yeah, this would have to be the 5. 4, 5, 6, 7. I haven't got that wrong. That's 22. 23 with that one. 4. I don't think it's going to change however often I count. I just don't think it works. I don't think it does. So, assuming that logic is correct, I don't think that's a 9. I think this is a 9. And we're going to now have to work out... Well, the problem with this is that I can see that I don't know the orientation of this. I think maybe that could be the 5 stem, but I think we could equally well have that as a 4 stem, and then the 5 stem could go there. Is that possible? Actually, that might not be possible. Okay, let's think about this, because I could see one way that doesn't work. If this is the 4 stem, there are 2 possible orientations of the 5 stem. One is this one. Now, I think that cannot work, because it's complicated, but do you remember I've got to add the nodule? The nodule would have to go there in this orientation, and that cell couldn't be part of a cage. Because I can't put the nodule here because that's in yellow, and I can't put the nodule there because this is a black square. So this is wrong, and that means that if this is the 4 stem, the 5 stem has to be vertical, or more vertical. It's got to be more upwards. Now this couldn't be the nodule, because this can't be... this is at least a 4 now that we've worked out. This is the 3's there, so that's not the nodule. So I think that the only play... Oh, that's still the same. This is great. Right. If it's 4, if it's a 4 with a 5 in this, or in the sort of that orientation or this orientation, where do you put the nodule? You can't put it here, because that cell's isolated again. You can't put it here because the yellow can't grow big enough. And this cell's impossible because it's already yellow. That doesn't work. So this is not the 4, it's the 5. And now, well, this isn't the 4. That's one thing we can say. That would bump into another circle. So the 4 is either there or there. This is, I know it. Let's say it did go there. Where's the nodule? The nodule can't be here. It can't be here because yellow can't be a 3. And it can't be there because that's a circle. So that this 9 has to... This is absolutely an unbelievable puzzle. Now, this we've already learned can't be the nodule, because that would be isolated. But this now could be the nodule, and indeed I think has to be the nodule. Because that can't be. So we've actually got the 9, I think, and we've trapped in an area of size 7, so these two have to add up to 7. I tell you what, neither of them is 2, neither of them is a 2. So they're either 1, 6 or 3, 4. Now, if they're 3, 4, does the secret prevent that? Because if they're 3 and 4, the 3 will add up to 9, and the 4 will add up to a maximum of 16. And that's 25 for 7 cells, and that's impossible, because it... Good grief, this is unbelievably clever, this puzzle. Yeah, if this was 3 and 4, we don't even have to think about the orientation. Remember earlier we did the 4 shapes, and the maximum we got to was a 16. Which was, I think, either that one or that one. So, assuming one of those could be that shape, that one could be, I think. we can get to a 16 for the 4 shape. The 3 shape is always a 9. So we've got 25 for 7 cells. But the other 2 cells we know will add up to the difference between 45, which is 9 different numbers, minus 25. Well, that's 20. You can't make 2 different Sudoku numbers add up to 20. So this is 1, 6. And it's either a 1 here with a rectangle, which would be 36, 3, 3, 2, 2, or it's 6 here with a 1 here, and it's going to be that shape, a sort of backwards J. Now that has got 3, 2, 2, which is 12. No, that's not going to work. Assuming that's true, what I just said, that shape is impossible because there are 6 different numbers in it, not including a 1. So it's going to add up to a lot. It's going to add up to 27 at least. And yet I think, mathematically, it's got a length 3 side and 2 length 2 sides. So it adds up to 12 by the rules of the puzzle. And that won't work. So this is 1, this is 6. This one is just sort of on its own. The 6 takes those cells. Let's make those yellow just because it's very nice contrast. I know what I haven't done. I forgot to do it. Let's make my circle of the grid. Let's do that. Let's outline the 9 properly. There we go. Now, we know that adds to 36 and that adds to 1, so that's 37. We know the whole box adds to 45, so these add up to 38. So they are 3 and 5. They can't be 1, 7, they can't be 2, 6. This is a 3, 5 pair, and this digit can't repeat in the 9 cage. So that cell has to be in one of those. Ooh. If it was 3, it couldn't be over here. So it would have to be there. But if it's 5, it could be over here. Probably. Right, this is at least a 4. So even if it took that one, it's still taking this one. These are both at least 4s. Oh, yes. This 3 up here is really important, isn't it? I hadn't realised how important it was to study this box properly. But because these are both at least 4, the purple has to bend round there. This is at least a 4, so it bends round here. And these 3 together add up to something, which is going to be, it depends whether this one is red. Is there a way to know that already? It wouldn't surprise me if there is a way to know it. Oh, it's not red actually. No, it's not red. I think it's blue, but that might be wrong. I was just thinking, if this wasn't blue, then I can draw this line. And now blue, I don't know what it is, but it's definitely taking this square, isn't it? Oh, no, I was wrong. I was wrong, but I found something else. Right. Okay, this is really important. If this okay, goodness, you have to look at this one as well, I think. So, let's go back. If this if 2 is not in blue, then you can see that orange is definitely trapped in, because this is whatever it is, but it's definitely taking this cell, because it's at least a 3. So orange gets trapped in and is 3. But now this can't be 3, so it goes there at least. And that traps this in and makes this 3, and I've got 2 3s in the column, and that's wrong. So this is blue, which means we can do this, this, oh, siren outside, that. So now if this was 3, this would be 4, and if this was more than 3, it's taking this one, and this is 3, and that would be 2 4. Sorry about that, there's a proper siren going on. It's not Maverick for once. Oh yes, okay, and that all started from me wondering about how much space I was trying to fill down here, didn't it? So this is at least 4 plus 5. So hang on, what have we got here? We've got 8 in this box, 12, 16. So these 3 digits add up to 16, but these are at least 4, 5, which is 9, so that's a maximum of 7. That's very unhelpful. I mean, what on earth are you meant to do with this? I have not got a Scooby-Doo. No, that can't be a 7. That's going to make that a 3. Because if that's a 7, it's taking all of those. Have I done my maths wrong? Oh, 14. In my brain I had 16. Sorry. It's 14, isn't it? 4, 12, 14. Ah. So that's a maximum of 5 then. Well, that's actually a bit better. It's not. Oh, yes, it is better because it's not a 2. You can't put 2 in a circle. So it's 1, 3, 4, or 5. Sorry, it's obvious. It probably is. If that's 1, these add up to 13. They would have to be 5, 8, or 6, 7. And if it's 3, they add up to 11. 4, they add up to 10. Without, oh, they'd have to be 4, 6. If that's 4, they have to be 4, 6. I bet there's a reason that doesn't work. Because 4... So if that's 4... I feel like we'd have too many small digits going on. But it's difficult, isn't it? Because you don't, or at least I don't think we know. If that's 4, that feels the most restricted. If that's 4, what shape are we drawing? Because we learnt earlier you can't do a T. There's no way to fill it. I think we learnt earlier that it's either an L or an I. Yeah, it couldn't. Yes, we worked out it wasn't an S. We worked out it wasn't a T. Oh, no, it could be a 2 by 2. That's the other one. So there are 3 different shapes of 4. Ah, but if that was a 2 by 2, that would be a 5, and that's wrong, because we're saying these add up to 10 in this instance. So if this is a 4, it can't be an I, there's not space, so it is an L. Now it's either going to be that shape, or that shape. And an L, okay, an L was, what was that doing? 3 times 2 times 2, so that's 12. Yes, so this would contain 1, 2, 5, and 4. Yeah, it is I think it's a problem. I'm not certain still, but I just feel like one of these being a 4, you can see neither of these can be either a 2 by 2 or an I. So these are going to have, whichever one of these was 4 would have 1, 2, 5 in its panoply, and this would have 1, 2, 5 in its panoply. Is it something to do with ones? Oh, oh yeah, hang on. Oh, actually, hang on a minute. Where's 1 in box 6? We said 1 couldn't go in a square, didn't we? And that does make sense, because if 1's in a square, it ought to have been circled. So 1 is in one of those squares. Now, this is interesting, because where's 1 in box 5 now? And the answer is one of those 3, and so far maybe not that interesting. But remember now, a 1 in the 9 region can't repeat. So now where is 1 in box 8? And I was about to place it, but that could... Oh, you rotten puzzle. Okay, alright. It's not quite as good as I thought. But where is 1 in box 8? It's not in the indigo regions. It's not in those cells. It's not in a black square. So it's in one of 2 places, and it's not there. So where's 1 in this box? It's in one of those cells. So what does that mean? Maybe nothing, actually, after all that. Bother. Okay, sorry. Sorry. So, hang on, let's go back to it then. So, if this is a 4, okay, no, that does allow me to conclude this can't be a 4, I think. Because if this is a 4, I now have to decide, we know it's an L somehow, some way. Where does the 1 go in it? And the point is that one of these is a 4 as well. And it is an L, because it can't be an I or an O, is it? One of those. So it needs to have a 1 in it. And I think that the 1 of these, because these would have to be a 4-6 pair to add up to the 10 we need to fill this space, that one seems to be the only one that can get to a 1 in an L. So this would be a 1, and that prevents us putting 1 into this one. There's no place for a 1. So this is not 4. How on earth did you set this, 789? This is one of those puzzles that I will remember for a long time. It's quite unique. Absolutely unique. So if this is 5, these add up to... that would be very interesting. If this is 5, these have to add up to 9, and they would have to be 4, 5. So we get 2 pentominoes. And one of these would be a 4. And the 4 would have to have a 1 in it, and that would be there. So yeah, you'd know all the shapes. That's really interesting. But right, let's look at this. So if this was a 5, what I'm saying is because this is a 4-5 pair, one of these has to have a 1 in it, because it has to have 1, 2, 5 along with the 4. Now, and it also has to be an L. So this one, although it could go there, that shape is not valid in this puzzle because it doesn't have enough boundary space. It's got a 2 and a 2, so it would multiply to 4. So this is the 1. And this is a shape, so this is 4. This is a 5 now, and we have to work out now how to fill these cells with 2 5 pentominoes. You can see this cell has to belong to this one because it can't get to the red one. So that is part of a region. And now this cell has to belong to red because green can't get there. So red becomes that, green becomes that. And I was about to say that it doesn't work. It doesn't work. I was about to say it doesn't work, so I don't think the dimensions are big enough. And then I realised there was an extra 2, but it still doesn't work. 3, 2, 2. It's 12 again. But the triangular number for 5 is 15. That is adding up to at least 15. In fact, it's not. It's adding up to a lot more than that because it can't have a 1 in it. So it's just absolutely broken. So this is wrong. And that means that this is right down. It's 1 or 3. If it's 3, that's a 3. 3, 3. 3 in one of those. If it's 3, these add up to 11, we said, didn't we? If it's 3, it would have to go horizontally. Because it couldn't go vertically. If this is 3 and it went vertically, this cell never becomes part of a cage. So if it's 3, it goes that way. And this would have to be... Oh, they've done it. I've done it. Oh, this is absolutely sick. This is sick. Oh my goodness. Right. Okay. SeveNateNine, you need to get in that Royal Society quickly because you have one special brain. Look at this. 3, 5 by Sudoku. We know the 3 is a straight line. It can't go vertically, so it has to go horizontally like this. Now, what is these digits? They've got to be a 2-4 pair. They can't be a 1-5 pair. They must add up to 6. And now, what's happened to all our 1s in the puzzle? The 1 in this box is in one of those squares, and the 1 in this box is there. And I've got 2 1s in the same row, and that's not going to work. So this is a 1, which means we can delineate it. These squares add up to 13, not 4, 9. So these are either 5, 8 or 6, 7. And, well, does that one have to belong to the red? Yes, it does. That one's definitely red, isn't it? Otherwise, purple would trap it in and red would be too small. So that's true. 5. So if this was red now, red would be too big. This couldn't be bigger than 4. So this is purple. So I've got both of these up to 5 now. Now, how do we do that? How do we do better than that? Actually, that's bugging me, that little line there. That should be drawn in, shouldn't it? do we think that... I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm not sure. Can that be that shape and just be left alone? It doesn't look like it's big enough to me. No, that's another of these weird shapes that multiplies to 12. It's 2, 2 and 3. And we know the triangular number for 5 is 15. So this can't be a 5, it's more. And if this can't be a 5, this can't be an 8. So this is at least 6. Now what about this one? Can this be a 5? If this is a 5, we've got 2, 3, 4. 24 would be the sum. That would be a 5. These would add up to 19. That might be possible. I don't know. Ah, okay, here's a point. If this can't be 8, how could this be red? If this is red, red joins up and then this is isolated, so all of those become red, and that red would be 8. So that is purple. So can this be a shape? Let's think about that. If that's a 6 shape, what are the lengths of its sides? 2? 2 and 3 again. That just doesn't work. It's so strange the way you can add on a cell and you think, oh, it's going to improve things. It just doesn't at all. So this is wrong. So purple has to grow again. So now this can't be 7. So this can't be 6. And if we were in this world, what are we multiplying? We're multiplying lots of things. 2 times 2 times 2. So we're on 8. 2 times 2 times 2. 16 times 3 is 48. No, it's not. Yes, it is. It is 48. That's too big. So now I've added on this 1. And it's thrown this from having a tiny total to having an enormous total. I'm not sure I trust what I just said, though. So 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. That is 16. And I've still got a length 3 side down the left. So it's wrong. This is impossible. We've got to grow it again. And then somehow that's going to reduce the total. I hope. Look, actually we can do that as well, so it looks a little bit better. Now, so I think this is 8. I think this is 5. I think these add up to 19. Now, what I don't know is what this does. So, what lengths have we got now? We've got 2 times 3, so we're on 6. Times 2 again, we're on 12. Times 3 again, we're on 36. Is that a realistic total? And the answer to that is perhaps. 36 in 8 cells means there's no 9 in it. The missing digit would be a 9, because we know a 9 cell region would add to 45. So it's almost telling us that 9 is very restricted in box 7, isn't it? Because 9 can't be in purple and it can't be there. So 9 is in one of 2 places. 8. Where's 8 in box 7? It can't go in the corner by Sudoku and it can't go in purple. So 8 is in red. What did these add up to? 90. Okay, so, right, this is nice. So we worked out this added up to 24. Minus 5 is 19. So these 4 add up to 19. So if this was 9 and this was 8, these two squares would add up to 2. That doesn't work. Can't make both of them 1. Or indeed either of them 1. So 9 hides away in the corner. And here, what have we got? We've got 19, so we need 3 digits that add up to 11. One of them will have to be a 2, because otherwise, because there's no 1 in the 3 cells, there'll be 3, 4, 5 minimum. 3, 4, 5 is 12, more than 11, knowledge bomb. So one of these is a 2, and the other 2 digits are going to add up to... They're going to add up to 9, aren't they? That's great, because that's great if it's right. Yeah, they're going to add up to 9, and they're not 1, 8, they're not 2, 7, and they're not 4, 5, so they are 3, 6. So this is 2, 3, 6, 8, and we know that 8 is on the left. So let's get rid of all of the, or most, no, I'm not going to get rid of that 8, I'm going to get rid of the 2 across there. So, what does that mean? Where's 9 in row 7? It's not there, and it's not there because it's already appeared in indigo, so it's in one of those 2. Where is... Oh, here's a nice point. Where's that digit in box 7? And the answer is, I don't know. But what I do know is this is a purple digit, so it doesn't repeat in purple in box 7. It can't be equal to 9, because there is no 9 in this 8 cage. It adds up to 36, remember? So it has to be, that digit is in one of those 2 squares, but it's not the 8, because the 8's already appeared in purple. So this digit is a 2, 3, or a 6. And that is a 2, 3, 6 triple, and that's not in the same box. Oh, bobbins, I thought I'd got a digit then. I thought for some reason that cell saw that 2, 3, 6 triple. 4, 5, 7, 8, 9 into these squares. I'm going to do something ludicrous, sorry. Those are not 9. These are not 9. Oh, I see. Oh, has that been available forever? It might have been. Where's 9 in this box? It's there. It's the only place it can go. Okay. Okay, gosh, this is going to be a long video. I'm nowhere near finished, and it's an hour and a half already. 3, 4, 6, 7 into these squares. But what a puzzle. It's just brilliant, isn't it? It is absolutely brilliant. Now, I have a great deal of difficulty believing that row 4, column 2 can be 6 or 7. Isn't that going to give me the same 3's problem in this column? If this is 6, it goes and it turns this corner, trapping this as a 3 and trapping this as a 3. So it's definitely not 6 or 7. Ah! It's 3 or 4. Now, if this one was 6 or 7, it would go round the corner and it would trap in, it would make this a 3, it would make this a 4, that can't be a 2 by the way, I've just noticed. Sorry. What should we do now? If this goes round the corner, it makes this a 3. And it would make this a 3, and it would put 4 here. So this would be 3, 1, 5. 3, 1, 5 with a 4 here. I don't know, sorry. Could we... I'm not sure what to do now. What do we think? I don't know. Sorry. I'm completely stuck. Where is the next obvious deduction? It's very difficult to know, at least for me it is. That cell is not a 6 by Sudoku. 6 is in one of... Oh, that's quite good. So 6 is in one of these two, so 6 is in neither of those now. So these have come right down. Six is in one of these two cells. It's nearly really interesting. If that wasn't 6, that would be 6. Oh, I'm not sure. I'm sorry. I bet there's a reason that... Actually, I'm not sure what I was about to say is true, so I better not say it. It's quite... Oh, that would be a 4 then. And that has a different total, doesn't it? To the 4s we were looking at down here were all L's, and they added up to 12. But if this was a 4, it would add up to 16. If that's a 3, this is a 2-4 pair. If that's a 3, this is a 4. 3, 4. This is a, if that's a 3, this is at least a 4, so it's definitely taking this cell at least. But it's more likely, I think at least, a 6 or a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's interesting. I see. Okay, this isn't 6. Because the shape of the 6 is totally forced. Let me just show you that. It would have to be that shape. And I think that multiplies to too many. I could be wrong, but that looks to me like it's got 2 length 3 sides for 9, and a 2 and a 4 side for 72. That's definitely wrong. Okay, so hang on, let's get... This is not 6. Now if it's 7, it presumably can't... I think if it's 7 it would have to turn, because otherwise that surely is even bigger. You know, that's got a 2, a 4, yeah, this is enormous, and a 5 side, and a 3. Yeah, that's like an absolutely enormous region. So if it's 7, it has to do that. Now, what I don't know is whether that has... See, that might still not work. 2 times 4, so we're on 8. We've got another 2 2s there. So we're on 32, and we've still got a 3 to come. Sorry, not 32. I think I meant to say 16, but maybe I said the wrong thing. But I still think it's too big, whatever. Let's do it again. 3 times 4, so we're on 12. 1, 2, and 3. We've got 8. 12 times 8, 96. It's wrong. It's definitely wrong. Right, this is big. This is a massive thing, because now this is a 3-4 pair. This is not 4. This is 6, 7. That's 6 by Sudoku. 6 is up there in one of those cells. It would be fantastic if we knew it was here. Ah, but here's an interesting point. These add up to 7, and I've totally coated them. Actually, I need to restore my coating there, because I don't know whether this comes round, but those are 7 cells, aren't they? So we must seal this in. We will Isildur this in. Sorry, I'm still watching Return of the King. And now we will say that if this was 3, it would be a 6 in the corner, because we would know those 2 cells have to add up to 6. If that's 3, if this is 3, this is 2, 4, isn't it? We know that. If this is 3, this is 4, and this adds up to 16, and these would 6. So these would be 1, 9 or 3, 7. If this is 3. But if this is 3, this is 4, definitely. And this is 4, which we know would be 1, 2, 5. So this would be 1, which I've already got as a candidate. This would be 2, 5. So this is always got 2 in it, and it's never got 6 in it. It's never got 6 in it. 6 goes in the corner, and now, well, it's got to take those, and maybe this one or this one. 3 times... I don't think that one works. I think we looked at this one down here. It just breaks. That's got not enough sides. It's got 2 2 sides and a 3 side. That's 12. So that's wrong, and it's going to be that one. And hopefully this doesn't go too big again. It's 36. 36 is okay for 6. That's what this one was. So that has prospects, I think. That's a region. Oh, nearly. Okay, this square is 7 or 9 by Sudoku. And the reason I can see that is I've got to put 7 and 9 into those 6 cells by Sudoku. And I can't put them both here, because the version where these 2 added up to 10 is either going to be 3, 7 or 1, 9. This cage. This cage is it's not got a 3 in it. Yeah, there's something here. This cage adds up to 36. So it's missing 3 digits that add up to 9, because if it was 9 cells, it would add up to 45. So the difference, the 9 difference between 36 and 45 is captured by the 3 digits missing from this cage. Now it's not missing a 6, so the digits missing are not 1, 2 and 6, which do add up to 9, but can't be the missing digits. So it's either missing 1, 3, 5 or 2, 3, 4. But it's definitely missing this digit, because that digit sees the entirety of that cage. So this can't be 7 or 9, because it would then be not in that cage. But this cage definitely has 7 and 9 in it, or 9 in it. So that's 1 or 3. So by Sudoku, this is 7 or 9. And therefore this can't be 3. That's it. This can't be 3, because if it was 3, it would now partner up with a 7 or a 9 here, yet those 3 are meant to add up to 9 altogether. So that has to be 4. This is 3. This is no, it's a 2-4 pair to give us 9. This is blue. We're in this world. we can write in the options for those squares, which are 5 and 7. What does that mean? I don't know. Oh, I see. Oh, this is beautiful. Right, the logic I just did with this, I can do with this. This cell also sees the entirety of that cage. So this cell is definitely not in this purple cage. So, if this was 2, this couldn't be 1, because that would imply 2 and 1 were missing, which would imply the other missing digit was 6. But we know 6 is in it. So if this is 2, this is 3. And if this is 4, can't be 1 here, because that would imply the other missing digit was another 4. So 3 is always missing, and it's there, and that's 7, and that's 8, and that's 9, and in the column that is 1. So these digits are 2, 3, 4. These digits are 1, 5, 8 at the top, and well, that's not a 1. We never put 1 in the black cells. This digit is not a 1, so that region comes out a little bit. What colour should we make it? Should we make it yellow? It's probably not going to bump into this. If it does, we'll have to change. So this one is coming out this way, but that might be able to be a 1. So hang on, do we now know? Yes, okay, so we now know, don't we, what's missing from this cage. It's missing 2, 3 and 4. It's not missing 1, 3, 5, because this couldn't be a 1, 3 or a 5. So hang on, so these digits here are from 1, 5, 7, 8, I think, and that isn't a 1. Okay, that's not done anything. Or has it? If this was a 1, where would you put 1 in this box? You couldn't put it anywhere, so that is not a 1. Oh, which is, yes, we could get that because we know one of these is a 1, sorry. So it isn't, yes, and one of these is a 7, is the corollary of that, because these can not be 7 and there must be a 7 in the thing. So 7 is in one of those 3. I was about to say this would be the best place for it, but that was forgetting this was a square and not a circle. It wouldn't surprise me at all if Sudoku should be I should be availing myself of Sudoku. Don't really know though. I mean, it's such a weird puzzle because although I do think I'm making steady progress, I get to a point like this and I'm really not sure where the weakness in it is. You know, normally with Sudoku you sort of feel, oh, well, it's probably around there. Let's just explore that a little bit. I am not getting that vibe. I mean, if I was betting, would it be this cell that's under some pressure? I don't know, actually. I'm not at all sure that's true. I tell you what we could do, actually. We could abandon that thought and think a bit meta for a moment, couldn't we? Because we have now only got 5 circles left, and we have a very defined area to fill. And we do know that those add up to 13. So I am definitely thinking about that. So we've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 14, 21, 28. Minus 13 is 15 for those 3 circles. 15. Now, okay, this one is at least a 5. I mean, I'm going to fill it with a ludicrous pencil mark because it's not 1, 3 or 4. And it can't be 2. 2 is never circled. So it's a big old number, this. So these two have a maximum size now of 10. It's actually, okay, here is an interesting point. It's if that one is anything other than 1, it traps this in quite considerably. Because watch this, if that is, say it comes out 1 cell, which it can't do because it can't be a 2, but if it's not a 1, it's definitely coming here. Now look at these. 13 is so it's very clear, isn't it, that this yellow has to take this cell. Because if it doesn't, it's definitely trapping in this one too small. So this is yellow, and now this has to be that shape exactly. That doesn't work. I mean, this is brilliant. It's quite brilliant. I'll tell you what's brilliant about it is that you can make clean progress. The logic is still so clear when you see it. Yeah, this is just not going to work. Because this shape, which is forced, this sort of top hat shape, has a 4 and a 2. This only adds up to 8, and it's a 6-cell region. And even if I've missed a side that's of length 2, it's still nowhere near. That just doesn't work. That just doesn't work. So this can't come out at all. That is a 1, and I bet that does something. Yes, it gives me that. That's 5, 7, 8 now. There's a 1 in one of these 2 squares. This is on its own. Yeah, I get the 1 in box 5. How many 1s have we done? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so I am just left with this X-wing on 1s over there. But now here's something. I know these two sum. It's 14 now. So this can't... I was going to say it can't be a 7. That's true, it can't be a 7, but not for the reasons I was thinking. I was thinking you can't have double 7 adding up to 14. Of course, there's no reason you couldn't here. But there is a reason. There's a 7 there. So actually, this can't be 7. Actually, this one is under pressure in terms of 14. It can't be 6 or 9. So that has to be 5 or 8. And this has to be 9 or 6. Ooh, can you really? Can you really be a 9? What were all the shapes of 9 we had? Oh no, I don't want to do that. I mean, actually, it's not too bad. No, it's not too bad. This cannot possibly be a 9. Because we know that the 9 shapes all had this sort of property, didn't they? They had a 5 stem, and then a mast like this, and then an extra nodule. So you're always looking at sort of an extended V pentomino plus 2 nodules. Might be a way... maybe I should have thought about it like that before. That's like a V heptomino plus 2 nodules. But making sure that you have a length 5 side. Now, where are we putting that V in this example, such that it picks up this cell? Now, we could put it here, but we can't, because to make the 5, we're either putting there or there, and we're isolating cells that could never be part of cages then. So we can't do that. I'm just trying to visualize where else I could put that V heptomino that hits this cell somehow. I mean, the V heptomino itself doesn't have to hit this, but we have to be able to draw within the remaining space a V heptomino. I actually now think that might be the only one I can draw. That might be wrong. I can't draw that because of this. Oh, but that's not valid, is it? Bobbins. That's very annoying. Oh, it's still okay. Because remember, I extended this yellow here because I was saying we were talking about how to get that top hat shape. So that's not a valid extension. That would, in theory, allow me to draw a V heptomino. However, I couldn't extend it to be a 5. One of these has to extend to be 5 in some direction, and you can't do it. So that still doesn't work. No, I'm not having it. I think this has to be a 6. So this is 6, this is 7, this is 8 by the fact that we know that this is 8. So it has to add up to a lot. Well, we're going to have to work out what it has to add up to. Now this shape we should make... No, purple, it might hit this, mightn't it? We could make it dark green. Well, actually, maybe orange is better. It's definitely not hitting that. And it, well, I don't know if it clashes better or worse with the lime green. So in theory, we now know the size of all of the remaining cages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's only 2 more cells. What? Okay, what colour is that? That must be orange, mustn't it? This 6 can't get there, this 7 can't get there, this 8 can't get there. That's definitely orange. What colour's this? That must be lime green. Nothing else can get there. I mean, you could get that there, but it would trap this in at size 2, which is silly. Okay, these two together are taking 13's worth of space. That's 9, 11. So I'm thinking about this cell. What colour's that? It's definitely not this colour, because that traps in the 7 too small. I don't think the 8 can reach it, so it's not that. And if it was orange, how do we get this 7 to be big enough? Without trapping in the 6, you can't do it. Right, so that's lime green, which means that's lime green. And lime green is getting a little bit built, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more to build for that one. This has to be yellow, because yellow has to get to 6, and even if it took those 2, it would still get to this one. Okay, we might be getting stuck now. Oh, here's a nice one. Here's a nice point. This 6 doesn't take that cell. Because if it did, that would be the shape of this 6. And 6 times 6, which is what the product would be for this, is 36. 36 plus 3 is 39. And this cell, to make 45 for the row, would be a 6, which is triple denied. So that's definitely not yellow. This is therefore orange. So can that be yellow? Don't know. That probably is possible. Then we'd have a length 5 side on the bottom here, definitely. We couldn't have that, actually. That wouldn't work, because we'd only have a length 5 and a length 3. And that's 15. And the triangle number for 6 is 21. So we'd have to go there, I think. 2, 2 and 5 is 20. That's still not... That's so strange. How does that not work? Okay, I don't think this can be yellow, because I don't think either way round we get to a sensible number. That's so bizarre. So this is... Oh, so yellow's trapped. Yellow's totally trapped in, which is going to... Oh, look at this. It's finishing green. I shouldn't have picked these colours. They're very close to each other, aren't they? But look. Now we know it. We've done the shading. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's got to be orange. That's the same as that, which was a 36, if I remember rightly. And we've basically... we've now got irregular Sudoku, haven't we? Sorry, I'm just drawing these delineations in because I like to. Well, okay, now we're going to have to check, actually, that all of the maths works, because it's perfectly possible I've made an error. Now, what do I mean by... Oh, look. Hang on, this is good. 8, 5, we can just do some Sudoku. 5 is in... Whoops, 5's in one of those 3. 6 is in one of those 2. Okay, let's start with the 7. What does that have to add to? It's got a length 5, a length 4, so we're on 20, and a length 2, which is 40. And it's, okay, so it's missing 2 digits that add up to 5. So it must have a 5 in it. Where's the 5 in it? It's there. This is absolutely... I'd be fascinated to know if SeveNateNine watches this video, and assuming I can finish the puzzle, how confident were you, even at a late stage of setting, it would solve? It's the most remarkable grid. Right, so that digit's not in this cage, along with its partner, the partner of this digit that adds up to 5. It's almost impossible to put 1 in the cage. If that was 1, it would be, and then it would be missing 1 and 4. Okay, what about this cage then? Because the many 6 cages we looked at didn't work. This one's got 8 times 4 though, because I can see 3 sides of length 2. 8 times 4 is 32. Oh, do we just do... No, that won't work. I was thinking that was a 3x3 box, but it definitely isn't. Oh, I'm not sure where to look now, to be honest. What's going to be the easy... Oh, we could look at the 8, couldn't we? Do we know what that adds up to? The 8 adds up to... There's a length 5 string on the 8 and a length 4 string, so we're on 20. And we've got another 2 there, so we're on 40. Right. It's a length 8 string that adds up to 40, so it's missing a 5, so we can put the 5 in here. That means I can place 5 here by Sudoku using this 3-5 pairing. Now, what else can we do with that? Oh, I don't know. Oh, I tell you what, we can work out the sum of these, can't we? Because that is a box of Sudoku, so that adds to 45. We know they add up to 36. So these add up to 9 without using a 1. So they are 2, 3, and 4. Now, is that helpful? Don't know. That means these squares are 6 and 7. This is 5, so this is 5, this is 7, this is 7, this is 6, this is 6 by Sudoku. We've got a 2, 3 pair in the column. This is 4 and 8. Oh no, it's not. I've got an 8 in the column. It's 4 and 9. Which... I don't know. That might be fine. What did this one add up to? I can't remember. Was this 32? 4 times 8, 32, yeah. And this is a 6. So these add up to 26. Oh, I can double check that. So 26 plus 19 is 45. Yeah, so that is... The maths is looking very nice in terms of it's still working. That can't be a 3 because there's a 3, 5 pair looking at it. This isn't a 5 using Sudoku. Maverick's taken off. I've got a very colourful grid, but I don't quite know where to look now to make efficient progress. Where do you think? I don't know. I'm not sure. Is it this digit? Do we know something interesting about this digit? Oh, 7 here is interesting. That's taking some stuff out of there. That's 4, 5. That's really interesting. Where's 7 in this box? It's got to be here. And this cell is now a 3 because it sees a 5 already in indigo. So that's a 5. This is a 3. This is a 2. This is a 2 by Sudoku because that digit had to be in one of those two squares. Actually, look, we can just keep going with this. 3 and 4 go into those squares. That's not 4. That's not 8. That one's not 5, and we are chocolate teapotted. But in the bottom row, we need 2, 4, and 8 into these squares. 2, 3, 4, 8 into this. This is 2, 3, or 4. 2 or 8 into this square. 3, 4, 8 into this square. I don't think that one's restricted. Bobbins. 4, 5, 8. Near. Okay, well, hang on. If that's 4, 5, 8, that can't be another 4 in indigo. So that's 2. This is a 3, 4 pair. We need 4, 7, 8, 9 into this column. I'm going to resort to Sudoku. Okay, this is 4 or 9. This one is 4 or 7. That one can't be 7. It sees 7 in its lime green and in its row, but I did it using this. And this one apparently is anything at all. What did we work out about this one? It was missing 2 digits that added up to 5, and this one was missing 1 digit that added up to 5, which we've already removed from it. Okay, and in this row, what do we need? 2, 4, 6, 9. So that square is 2, 4, or 9, and that square is 2, 4, 6, or 9. Bobbins again. This can't be 4. It sees the 3, 4 pair. So, okay, so 4 in this column is in one of those 3 squares, so it's not in any of those squares. Oh, this must... Hang on, where's... Isn't 6 placed in this row now? It can't be here. Yes, so 6 has got to be here. I have a feeling that's not doing anything. Well, it is doing a little bit. It allows me to place the final 6 there. I think now we have all the 6s. This definitely can't be 8. It sees 8. Yeah, so where's 9 in this box? Sorry, that's been available forever. 9, 4... I can't remember what we were trying to make those add up to, but it's probably not the key point now, is it? This digit is 2, 3 or 4. Now, okay, here's an interesting question. We've got 2s and 3s here. Now, one of these cells at least is a 2 or a 3, because only one of them can be a 4. Now where is that 2 or 3 going in this box? And the reason that's interesting is I think it has to go in lime green. It can't go in there by Sudoku apparently. So it goes in lime green, and then we know that this lime green cage has a 2 or a 3 in it, but it's missing 2 digits that add up to 5, so it can't be missing the 2 and the 3 pair. It must be missing the 4 and the 1 pair, and that is really cool, because now, well, that must be the 2 or the 3 by Sudoku. This must be 1, this must be 1, this can't be 4 because 4 doesn't live in this cage, therefore this is 8. Now, okay, so now 4 in this column seems to be placed, which is lovely, because that now becomes 7. 4 in this box has to be here by Sudoku. That's now a 9. Where are we putting 9 in the middle box? We're going to put it there. This square is 2 or 3, and it's not 2, so that's 3, that's 2, that's 8. That's 2, that's 3, that's 2, that's 9. Oh, please work. That's 3, that's 3, that's 4. It still seems to be 7, 8, 9 in the column. That's got to be 8 then, does it? 8, 9, 7. 7, 5 over there. 8, 4, 5. 4. This box needs 7 and 8. We can do that. And that cell is a 2. And the fact that that Sudoku... Oh, hang on, I haven't finished. The fact that Sudoku has worked at the end makes me think this is probably right. 2 hours. It's taken me 2 hours. Well, to be honest, I've hardly looked at the clock. That is absolutely genius setting. That will be, well, in my opinion, that is one of the puzzles of the year. I think we've had 2 or 3 so far this year where I've just thought, that is completely brilliant, and that is right up there. It's an extraordinary idea. I have no clue how this grid exists. No clue how you have found. It's mind-blowing that you've set that, to be honest. You'd have had to find out that the 9 shapes have only 3 orientations. Somehow restricted it. Is it right? Hang on, let's just check that. I forgot to click tick tick. It is right. Solve counter 1, and that's me, and I have done it. So, there, that is, I am absolutely over the moon with that one. I have to say, I think that is one of the puzzles, that will be one of the puzzles of the year. Let me know in the comments how you got on with it and how you found it. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind and especially when they give this incredible constructor. I've now done 2 puzzles by SeveNateNine, and both of them have been mind-blowing. Extraordinary. Thank you so much if you're still with me. If you're still with me and not subscribed, please subscribe. Most people say that. Most YouTubers say that at the start of the videos. I say it when almost nobody's watching. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. We'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.